What's up, Skyball with Imagination Creation Films, and today it is Friday. I didn't change the date. That's a pretty big fail on the live show. I just noticed that. Yeah, that's awesome. I am actually live today. Today is March 23rd. No, today is March the 29th. That's pretty dumb. I want to change that title. Yeah, I was busy when I was typing it, and yeah, you get a little confused sometimes. I wonder if I could change it right now. Let's see. Edit. Oh, I can. I'm changing it right now. 29. Oh, is it gonna let me type? Okay. Back 9. Cool. Got that one. Oh, I'm changing it right now for everybody. Yeah, we're gonna do this. No, I'm not. Not for that one. Let's see. Am I doing this? No, not on that one. Yeah. So X, can I change? Yeah, I can change X. There we go. All right. So there we go. We've saved those changes for the two platforms. Then how's everyone doing? It's a wonderful and exciting. Really, Rex? He just keeps moving. Look at him. He's not on the carpet today because he's hot, and now he's over there, and he keeps moving. It's a wonderful Friday. It's a good day. We got lots to talk about, and I hope you guys are ready to chit chat and make some typizations so we can have that conversation and all that kind of good stuffs. Because I mean, it's more fun than hello, Cinema Quilt. I know who you are. How's everything going up there in the East Coast? We got good stuff going on. And Dylan says, "We'll be here." Hello, Kevin. Happy Friday. That was a cool shot I saw you did. It's funny. It's very similar to a scene on a movie that hasn't come out yet. That I thought was pretty funny. Happy Friday to you. Thumbs up for King. Or thumbs up from King. Thumbs up King. Just thumb up the King. Just don't do that. Jed. Boom notification came through. All right. Happy Friday. Hello, Ollie. Sorry, Joe Rogan. Goodbye. What? No. Scotty B. Gregory. Happy Friday, Peter. Oh, happy holiday. Yes, it is technically, as I went to go get my vehicle inspected today, and it was closed. So, yay. Holidays. Happy Easter for those celebrating its weekend. Yep. For Easter celebrators. Fantastic weekend for all of you. Go find some eggs, kind of like we do every morning around the chicken coop. Well. I was just looking at... for those who are wondering, is this going to focus? Come on, focus. Yeah, that's what's left of the spider bite. Hard to see anything. I was just noticing that today. Danny says, "Hello, Scott. T-minus 9 days until you are in the dark." It's true, and I gotta finish editing this video, but for those of you who have a Kessler product, let me give you guys the little quick sneak here because you can learn something. If you have like the Cine Shooter or anything like that, you can actually track the sun. You could do that. It doesn't do it automatically. You have to set it up to do so. But this is essentially all you need to do. Well, let me just move over a little bit more. Point like that. Okay. So to track the sun, what you need to do is put your head into polar alignment, which means it needs to be pointed over. This right here needs to be pointed towards Polaris. So what you want to do, get your compass on your phone and put it on the back, and then align this where it's north. It's where the front of this is pointed north. Then all you need to do is use like Sky Guide. If you've never seen Sky Guide, it's a quick little app that you can put on your phone, and it'll point to Polaris. So you just type in Polaris, and it'll tell you exactly where it is. All you then need to do is place your phone so that you can still see it with it on. Place it right there. Hold it. Then tilt this until Polaris is in the dead center of your phone. And then this is now polar aligned, which means that all you have to do at this point is put your camera on it this way, the opposite way, and point with the tilt to where the sun is right now. Make sure you use your proper solar filter. Needs to be at least 15 stops. But point that at the sun. That's your first keyframe. And then use Sunseeker on your, make sure you lock your tripod. Don't move your tripod once you get that angle and everything set. Use Sunseeker to figure out where the sun's going to be over here. And then you just pan it over and assign keyframe number 2. And then when you go to put in your time, where you put it, so you said, where's the sun going to be at 4 o'clock? Then if it's 2 o'clock now and it's going to be 4 o'clock over there, that's 2-hour run time. So you just put in 2 hours and run, and it will track it perfectly. So all you wonderful eclipsers with some Kessler motion control, you can do that. There'll be a short video on that coming out really soon. Got to finish editing it. He's Ollie and Scott. You guys always leave the discussion of KX, great, or Dragon, and until the end. Let's get to the bottom of this topic right now. I don't think Ollie's going to tell. I don't think he's going to admit. I think Komodo X is a viable replacement in 98% of every way of the Dragon, in looks, capability, all of the things. It's pretty good, pretty good. We'll see what Ollie thinks. But he might wait till the end. You know how Ollie is. Happy Easter. Hey, hello, Dirk, and thank you for supporting the channel, Dirk. I was going to ask if you were starting to experience any urges to crawl up the walls for those spider webs. No, but I did smash one the other day. Whoa, what just happened? Oh, there I am. That's weird. Let's fix that. I had a slight little glitch on the monitor there. Ollie says, King, I've said all I have shall be made by my counsel after 2 hours from now. So King and Cognition, hello, fellow Rex fans. Yes, Rex went with me to the to get my vehicle inspected. It was a fun trip. I lost my hat. So my favorite version, not this hat, but my favorite version of my IC Films hat, was just driving down the road in the 4Runner, and all the windows are down, and the hat goes poof. I look in the rearview mirror, and I see nothing on the road. I was like, okay, well, it must be in the back. So I pulled over, and look, no hat. And Rex wasn't like, I don't have a hat. I don't know what you're talking about. Hi to you, Scott. Oops. So it's nearly April and still no announcements. Announcements for what, Ollie? What announcements would you like to know? Love Kessler stuff. Unfortunately, weather forecast in Texas is only 30% for favorable viewing conditions. Plan B party at Scott's house. Well, what I can see from the models so far is it's going to be cloudy in the north, and it's going to be cloudy in the south, and it's going down the middle of Texas. So might be okay. Scotty's got plans. Scotty's got lots of friends that are coming in, and we're all meeting at a secret location. And everybody's like, oh, I'd be worried about the traffic. I'm like, not where I'm going. Ain't nobody driving down those roads. So there's that to it. Let's see here. NAB announcements. Oh, well, yeah, you're probably going to see those pop up about a week before NAB. You know, if you're a company, you're going to release some stuff. You want to be the last one to release so that you get all the talks, because you know someone's going to release something else, and then if you were the first one, then no one's talking about you anymore. What was your favorite OLPF? I actually liked the skin tone highlight was the best for skin, honestly, but overall the standard was the best because of I like the way standard can resolve red headlights, taillights. Yeah, red headlights are not good. You should not see those. I wonder if the Super 35X is now delayed. You mean the Raptor Super 35X? I don't know. I got no knowledge of it. Fingers crossed for Taquina Vista 1 announcement for NAB. Don't think you're going to see any more Vista 1s. Those were done. Oops. Skin day one, yep. I think I read in the Lomo rehousing group, the Lomo factory is coming out with something animal. I mean, that'd be fun. That'd be fun. What about the carbons from Kipper Time? I saw that. I was not. It's not a look that I liked. 99% of the time, I'm not shooting red headlights. I've never shot a red headlight. But taillights, those I do. Those I do. So, AI, because people love to just... And every time I see an example of AI and how it's game over, here it is, and they post the video, and I watch the video, and I'm like, is literally a video demonstrating that it is not game over. And I get it, but you haven't seen it yet. You haven't seen it yet. Well, yeah, I have. I know what's coming. The point being, it keeps coming down to the same thing. I'm going to make two different points. The first point was the point I made previously, which was, if you notice in AI, they're not going after the things that we need AI for and the things that are perfect for AI, like rotoscoping, fixing basic mundane tasks. All of that is perfect for AI to become fantastic at and then grow. No, they're going straight for directors, DPs, writers. They're going for the top. And every time they do, they want to show how brilliant AI is. And so the latest Sora short film, which was created by, I don't even know who created this. Airhead by the Shy Kids. They're like, see, it's all over. Okay, number one, I watched the video and it's very clearly AI. Yes, I know it will improve. But this is where point two comes in. AI is going to be able to do with very little money what it takes a lot of money to do today, or a little bit of money and a lot of time. AI is going to be able to do that very quickly. And this little short 30-second short film demonstrates, it's going to be really cool and really easy to do that. Except think about superhero movies. And superhero movies, people love them, people hate them. People love them and then start to hate them. People love them and then start to love them less as more and more happens. If AI can go in and do the crazy, the wild, the never before possible without hundreds of millions of dollars short films, then we're about to be bombarded by a whole bunch of unbelievable films. And that's where I say, watch the parallels of superhero movies. I'm not saying AI is not going to do massive. We'll get into that too, for sure it is. But the parallels of superhero movies. Superhero movies are unbelievable. They are. It's hard to believe that anything like that could exist. A Superman or a Spider-Man or a Batman or that other thing. But the popularity of these movies, not necessarily getting better. They're getting worse. Why? Because they're unbelievable. And the further we go down that path of unbelievable movies, the less interest people have. People want a believable, unbelievable movie. So where AI is really good, they're really good at creating this situation that would require so much CGI and so much modeling and blah, 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 and they can do it in seconds. But now we're going to see that it doesn't add up. Everybody's going to know it's AI. And the reason they're going to know, not because it's not going to look like AI, because it's going to get to the point where you're not going to see it, but you're going to see Bob's Diapers that you've never heard of in your life. In Bob's Diapers commercial, you're going to see F-16s from the U.S. Navy and the latest F-23 launching from carriers to help fight leaks on the diaper. And you're going to know instantly it was AI because it's not believable. It's unbelievable. And that's my point. We're going to be bombarded by AI wanting to be directors, the stories, everything like that. And creating so much unbelievable content that we won't care as much. That's my take on it. Now, I'd love to hear your thoughts on that and what you think and all of that. What's scary is this day one of AI. Yes, we are. And I am a AI bot. Let's be honest. There will be camera profile prompts. There probably will. I'm sure. I mean, like I've said, virtual models of cameras will be a thing. Whoever comes up with it is going to sell a bunch of cameras for a very short period of time until everybody has it. I was under the impression, and correct me if I'm completely wrong, is that Tokina was working on an upgraded version of the Vistas, ? Well, let's see. Let's see here. If Red introduces a Super 35 Raptor X, total units shipped won't twitch one bit if Super 35 glass. I mean, it'll be a lot cheaper. AI didn't expect to be able to have moral discussions with a chatbot, yet here we are. Okay. This is one that I learned that I did not know. Wait, did we talk about it last week? Did we talk about this last week? So I'll bring it up. Y'all can remind me if we talked about it because I don't remember. No, because it was Monday. I was listening to Ray Kurzweil, who is a visionary AI guy who's been pretty right about everything for a long time on AI. He was talking about what are hallucinations in AI. And it's interesting that they called them hallucinations because they're absolutely not. And this is where it was really, really, really interesting and why AI is potentially going to be a problem and not the solution. AI does not hallucinate. AI is given a data set to look at, and it will return the best answer it has. It will never return, I don't know, other than it's not in their data set. In other words, so if it's, it's funny, you go into AI and you type in who's Scott Balcom, it has no clue. I'm like, but I've been on the internet. What? Yeah, well, so AI does not know that it does not know. Humans, we do. We know we don't know the answer. Some of us will make up some stuff. Some of us won't. That's AI. AI does not know when it does not have the answer, and it simply gives the best answer it can with what it has, but it will give the answer. So you can't really have moral discussions with AI because AI will always be programmed by a human, and a human will always inject their morals, their bias, their beliefs, whatever, in some way, fashion, or form. They may disguise it as saying, we're not injecting any morals, but they are. They just think that what they believe is not morality or a moral, but rather what is right, blah, blah, blah. So we aren't having moral discussions with chatbots. We are having moral discussions with AI that has been given a limited data set with some rules, and it will always answer the question, even if it doesn't know the answer. And yeah, I know it says I'm a limited and I can't do this. That's a rule. That is not its data set. So, hello, Moonhouse. Good question. Good comment. I was trying to get a Dolly, a version of our bathroom to get some ideas to remodel it. Asked it to make a version without any windows. Yeah. Scott, what if you can get AI make a video of you reviewing a true medium format red camera using Supreme prompts with sample footage without having filming anything or having those devices? It would be someone else doing it because, number one, I have a thing called integrity. I have morals. They may not align with other people's morals. I don't care. I have guidelines for me in life. So I would not generate something fake and have it be portrayed as real. That's number one. Number two, I might try to, would it be like to shoot with that? But I would be very clear that this is fake and not a review. Because what's the point of that? Why would you watch anything fake? Why would you go to AI to tell you what it's like to shoot with a red camera today? Even in 5 years, with advancements of AI, Kurzweil says by 2029, AI will be as powerful as every person on the planet, which is mind-boggling. But now let me ask you the question. Does that mean, oh man, this is destroying my movie plot, but oh well. Does this mean in 2029 that AI will be able to tell you exactly what you think about shooting with a red camera if you've never told anybody? The answer is no, it can't, unless it can model your entire brain based on your entire existence, which it can't. Maybe 2034, we'll see. So you're a person, you are influenced by things that you watch, hear, see, etc., etc. But you have your own vision. And I'll give you an example, King. What cameras do you own today? And I'm not saying this as a negative or to be mean. I'm not in any way. I'm just merely stating. What cameras do you own today? And are they the cameras that you've asked about? My guess is no, you haven't gotten around to purchasing them yet because they don't make sense for you yet. Whatever reason, doesn't matter. You are influenced by everything around you, and yet if everyone around you told you that the red V-Raptor was the absolute best camera, there's no other camera that's close, you should buy it. But they don't know, do you have the money for that? Do you have the business model to support that? Do you have the needs of that high resolution or that frame rate? Blah, blah, blah. They don't know you. And so every amount of AI injecting into you, it's still not going to give you your answer for you. You're going to make your own answer. Now, there are going to be people who are like, I'm just going to let AI dictate my life. Well, guess what? You're now AI. You're literally an average. Okay, let's go through everything here. I spent several hours trying to convince it what I was giving me had windows. Yeah, well, no, I had the same problem, Gregory, with the necklace, and I showed it last week. Very clearly, there was a necklace, but for some reason, it says no, there's no necklace here. Yeah, there is. We got a long way to go. AI will heavily be used in pre-pro, pre-viz. Wonderful use. I got no beef with that. I don't see any reason it shouldn't be used for that. And will work to spark rate? Yes, as it should. It can do that very well by averaging things that you haven't put in your brain yet, but can be presented to you. That's a great use for it. It really is. Post, it's a really good use for it. Wondering what comes after movies. Experiences. I mean, and then you experiencing the movie. I mean, that's what will happen. And then you really just do the split in society. One becomes AI and computers. The other one says, nope, we're going to be wholesome. Every movie ever. It just dawned on me that I should ask for a Mac version of that bathroom. Funny. It's funny. AI is this year's fad. It's going to be a fad for a while, but it is going to fall out of favored use. I promise. Nah, I can't promise. But every fiber in my being believes that it will be prominent, it will be used, and there'll be lots of people who use it. And there will still be a large audience for what we create. Polyester bell-bottom leisure suit. I love my 8K VistaVision regardless. There you go. Previs and concept art is dead easy with AI, and post-production, if they would just spend a little bit of time getting that to work. I mean, honestly, freaking rotoscoping is perfect for AI, but alas, it actually can't do it that well. So can AI detect all scene elements, lighting, and camera angles? Eventually, it will be able to. I mean, think about it this way. A great use of AI for me would be to tell it to create an unreal environment where there's mountains with trees and blah, 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 because I am not the person to go out there and design that out. So AI creates 3D models. It goes in there. Great use of it. AI is a job killer. The blue collar industry. Yeah, it's going to affect blue collar a lot, but AI isn't going to dig ditches. AI isn't going to. I mean, it could, but I mean, there's a lot of things robots. Well, there's almost nothing that robots can't do, and we will get to that point. But again, it will come down to that split in society, because if a robot and AI can do everything that you can do, why are you here? That's what any robot or AI would conclude. That's what any government would conclude, because we don't need you. You're not contributing to society. You're not working. You're not generating income or spending money or paying taxes. We're not going to pay you with AI money, because I coined that phrase, exposure bucks, AI exposure bucks. It's not going to happen. So where do we go? Well, I'm not a believer in robots are going to kill us all. I mean, it could happen, but I'm not a believer that that's where it ends. I'm not a believer that we merge with computers, because we are useless in the grand scheme of things to a computer. What good are we? We are little consumer organisms. Computer doesn't need that. Once the computer can build a robot, then that's that. So what's our purpose? Well, Elon Musk would say it's to go to Mars. Well, okay. I mean, how long until AI takes over Mars? We're not here. None of us can truly explain why we're here. We may have beliefs one way or another. My favorite thing is the explanation. You have religion believing how we all got here on this planet. You have science that will tell you that it all came from one big giant big bang. And the logical question is, well, what created the Big Bang? Science's answer is we don't think past that point. And so literally, to paraphrase, if you'll grant us this one miracle, that is what built the Big Bang, we can explain everything else. Who knows? None of us really do. So I seriously doubt whatever it was to put us here to be absorbed into a robot. Okay, so we're in a simulation. Fine. Grant us this one miracle. What created the simulation? Where did it come from? Again, all of that boils down to, why are we here? It's man's search for self. There you go. Foregone conclusion. People aren't going to watch AI. I agree, Pat. They're going to watch the first one like crazy. It's going to be a blockbuster. They're going to watch the second one almost as crazy. And then it's just going to slowly die off, because they want human connection. I can tell you right now, Pat, I don't care what's happening in that commercial. If it's fake, I won't relate to it. I'm not going to buy their product. Apple is squeezing their event just before you. Well, I believe that that's just iPads with new screens. I believe. Sorry for the glitches in my chat post. Resolved. No more chat participation from an iPhone. I hear that. Let's see. Make sure. Yep. Instagrammers out there. AI will give a response even when it does not have the data set for an answer. That's not a bug. That's a feature. The most human element yet put forward for AI. No. No. It it is the most logically confined response. Humans are logical and illogical. We follow the rules and we know how to break the rules. We can lie and we can tell the truth. And we can tell the difference most of the time between who is doing what. And in that sense, we can admit that we don't have the answer. I mean, I learned early on in my career the words to live by is I don't know, but I'll find out. Those are the correct answers. It's totally okay, and it's definitely okay to say I don't know, because you're not doing anyone any good, especially yourself, if you just make something up. You might be right, but what if you're wrong? Now people will remember. Pepperidge Farm remembers. AI will not have sentience or consciousness or self-awareness, or at least for 50-year period. I don't know what defines that. I don't know what defines sentience or consciousness. Because the moment it is conscious or self-aware or sentient, then taking the money from it for the work that it does would be slavery, would it not? AI will know nothing about what it knows nothing about. But that's the problem with AI. And what Kurzweil says is it's actually a problem that has to be solved because they don't know how to tell it that, because it doesn't know. It's a logically defined limitation. The most powerful system ever developed for the propagation of misinformation. Meanwhile, shooting I mean, to tell you, it's what was interesting about it. It was what Kurzweil was talking about, how and I don't want to go down this path. I'm not talking specifically anything to do with the COVID thing, but he said that the mRNA vaccine was developed by giving AI something like 2 billion combinations of mRNA sequences. I don't really understand all that. And told it which one will stop COVID. And that's the one that they did. And they went to human trials with that. My very first thing is, wait a second, you just said this after you just said that hallucinations are not hallucinations, and it will give you the best answer for what it has, even if it's completely and totally wrong. And at that point, I'm like, I don't want to trust AI to do that. I just find that really wild. We're going to have to figure that one out. Primary source content. Yep. Dylan says, Scott, have great words to share with you. I know you're not much of a drone guy. I'm a little bit of a drone guy. But I just dropped $40K on a professional custom cinema drone. And it's strong enough to fly all my reds and my RE cams. If you ever want to collaborate or need professional aerial footage, have a situation that requires it, feel free to let me know. Been a long time subscriber and appreciate. Well, thank you, Dylan. I appreciate that. Where are you located? You got a heavy lift now. That's cool stuff. I'm a bit of a drone guy. I'm a little bit worried right now about the whole DJI thing. If the U.S. government goes and says, DJI, you can't you can't sell drones, and then they just turned it all off. And now we all have bricks. That would suck. It will be interesting to see the progress over the next 10 years. Yeah, Hydra, we're going to see vast improvements, and I don't discount that at all. And we'll see what we see, It does reproductions very well. It literally only does reproductions, cognition, because it is only sampling from what it knows. And therefore, everything is summarized from everything. As I stated previously, AI will become something else when the input of AI is plugged into the output of a quantum computer. Because quantum comes up with new things that we can't in 100 different directions. That as the input source into AI, then that large language model becomes infinite. And it becomes not a data set. It's a wild thought process. When that one happens, they need cortical emulation, something like what Nimenta is doing with the hierarchical temporal memory, which models what the human neocortex does. And even that is a long way off, but promising. Well, man, yeah, I have a movie. It's been kind of flushed out, and I just need to shoot it before it becomes irrelevant. The new NVIDIA chip, for sure, is the first step in heavy AI processors. It's true. I'm wondering, though, I saw that China is not allowing those processors in China. So what's China going to do? Not have something powerful? I have seen Strata. Yeah. What comes after movies? Storytelling is fundamental to humanity. Storytelling is how we convey information, for sure. Can AI replace grips and gaffers? Robots could. What if you could have a C-stand robot? Or how about a super combo robot? And on the super combo robot is a light. But let's take it a step further. Instead of robot lights, what if we just used a sphere of LED panels, and you simply have the LED panels generate the light as it would be emitted from that location? Surely that could be done. Think about it. You want a close point source light? The sphere that you're in, let's just say it's enough for you to move around in, no problem at all. Then the light source, or the sphere, only needs to be 8 feet or so in diameter, maybe 10. So you can just have a few of those LEDs, super high brightness, and now you have a single point light, a very pinpoint light out there. Oh, but you want that to be 6 inches. Well, all you have to do is model the LED panels into how big is a 6-inch source light, 10 feet away or close up. What is the effective calculation? It's easy. It's inverse square law. So if you want to take a 6-inch up here, then all we have to do is model backwards to where it is, and the size of that light will then alter. Decrease or increase the luminosity. There you go. So that's what I think is going to happen. robots can't break your heart. We'll see about that, Webbles. We'll see about that. Those new robot lovers. I can't wait to hear the country songs about robot lovers. My robot lover took my dog, and now I can't walk anymore. Concept art isn't dead with it'll be blue sky type. Yep. Yeah, cannot tailor specific details. It was experience. I mean, I'm not going to buy AI art. I can tell you that. I don't care how beautiful it is. I won't care. But I will buy someone's art. Absolutely. A person. Now, I may get to the point now if I go and buy art that I have them sign a certificate of authenticity stating that they in no way used AI to generate this painting, and have them legally bound by that, and then, that's fine. Call it a prenup. An art prenup. Claim to deep learning because they can't believably attract investment capital because it has some recent successes. Let's see. AI can automate barfing words. Maybe a hint to documentary filmmakers to create primaries. I think it could probably do documentary somewhat well because you're not generating, other than you're skewing the story as all documentaries are. So you just give it the prompts to do so. Yep. I don't know what was well said by who, Jacob. I'm so far back in the comments. True self is no self. True self is no self. I don't know what that means, Jed. Won't even entertain tech like what Numenta is doing. Brandon, hello. What's up, Scott? I want to shout out Mike from Convergent Design. I just sent him a 12-year-old recorder, and he still fixed it. Nice. That's cool. I thought Convergent was done. That's cool. Brandon, hello. Hey. What did I walk into here? Oh, man, we're just having a little bit of, we're having some AI discussions. Tariq? AI just came to the rescue of filmmaking. I don't know that. I think AI is actually the exaggeration of where filmmaking has faltered. So the illogical conclusion, or the most logical conclusion of filmmaking's failures, I could make an AI lie detector. Just wrap some API around a magic 8-ball. Well, maybe you could, maybe you couldn't. How would you know if you don't know? What source? A magic 8-ball. Never mind. I was going hard on that one, Webbles. I was going full intellectual on it. I didn't even read the 8-ball. I didn't include the 8-ball. AI would have figured that one out. How it affected the filmmaking in a good way. Well, I mean, it's going to help. For sure, it will do things for me. I mean, I got no problem with that. I do not know about this video. Yeah, no kidding. That's a little far out. I do. Been working in this field since 2015. Wukong Mission, what do you think of Ray Kurzweil's 2029 prediction? Because according to him, he's been 100% right on all of his predictions of timelines so far. Moore's Law, with Kurzweil's predictions, Moore's Law is not accurate. 18 months, I think it's 15 years, is what he was saying. I forget the point he was making. It's in a book. You can buy his book. I don't read too many books. Yeah, probably working on what we worked on 15 years before that, right? Scott, I'm happy to have you know that there is nothing Chinese about this drone at all. No, DJI here. This is a custom drone being shipped all the way from Barcelona, Spain. It's huge. Nice. That is that's going to be a big monster. I'd love to see it. Author of Dune is rolling in his grave as we discuss AI. Yeah. VP Tech already is a thing. Author of Dune is not a saint. The possibility of consciousness doesn't scare me. The granular creation of moving pictures does. If they can precisely direct all scene elements, that scares me. Man, I just wanna do my movie. I just want to do it. Right. Art is interesting because a human being created it. And that's the thing. I mean, you are literally bombarded with I think NFTs honestly proved that point. They rode the wave. They were logically illogical. Don't spill on me. Came out too soon or too late, whatever. And they have no value. I literally, as a joke, right-clicked and saved a picture of an NFT. And I don't care. It could unlock a concert or what have you. I don't care about that. My point was, I could save that. And now I have it. It's digital. It can't be anything other than digital because that's all it ever was. A painting is an original. You can't right-click and copy a painting. You can create a print from it, but that's not the original. We are built for augmentation. This is true, but to what end? What is up, Scotty V? When people tell each other they sound like an effing robot, is that as AI? Yes, I think so. Very anti-AI, not tech by any means. Cut those jobs. AI, right? People, that's the latest thing. It cracks me up. If you say something that makes someone angry, the first thing they want to do is insult you or call you a name or try to trigger you or whatever. I can't tell you how many times in the past month I've been called a boomer. Where to begin on that one? Because clearly you don't know what a boomer is, because I am clearly not a boomer. And I get that you're using it as a derogatory comment, but then that's just it. Thinking individuals will laugh at it. That's like saying, oh, okay there, blue shirt. It's not blue. It's red. You know nothing, Jon Snow. Yeah, so like calling you a bot, to me, that is the most bot-like thing ever. I agree. Such tools as improved autofocus or resolution-wise upgrades. All thanks to the... Yes, wonderful. I support it. Now, can you make AI do the vision in your head of how to pull that focus? Because at some point, somebody's going to say, we don't need to put manual on there anymore. AI can do it all. Or we're not going to let you actually pull manual. We're going to control everything and interpret what you twist, which is very close to the focus by wire that we have today. And yet, how accurate is it? How accurate is it to what we actually wanted? Also, will happy accidents disappear? Because I got to tell you, I love happy accidents. AI will be more efficient than biology ever was. True. It's our creation, and one day AI will not need to ask itself how it came into existence because it is more. I mean, sure, AI could also get up and fly away. It doesn't make me any less human or any less incredible. Uh, One day, AI will be as complex as we are. But like I asked this on socials the other day, and I don't think people really got it. Talking to uh, a, um, a physicist on molecular based computing. And right now we're at a 5 nanometer, 2 nanometer, whatever chipset, meaning the individual items can be that small, the paths can be that small. Eventually, we're going to get to the atom as the level. Well, there's not anything smaller than that as a. I mean, there's quarks and there's neutrons and electrons and protons. I get it, but the atom is the smallest thing. I don't know what the scientific term is. So if you were to have and store an accurate model of a 10 by 10 room, then 100% accurate, then the size of that computer cannot be smaller than the 10 by 10 room because you can't physically store a representation of every atom in something smaller than every atom. I thought that was a good point. And that was where I was going with that is what happens when AI gets so big? How does the computations work for that? A quantum will probably have something to do with it. Which then led me to my next thing, which was teleporters. You know, Star Trek. Would you get on a teleporter if it used data compression and you weren't 100% sure it was lossless? Because you wouldn't be the same. Cognition, I have to review Ray's predictions, but I can only give you my opinion, and I don't think we have anything to worry about because nobody listens to anything outside of deep learning. The question to ask is, will AI make possible the film of true value, such as The Matrix? I don't know. We can't know because those already exist, and so it's not possible to gauge that. So what I'm saying is, why not use one example of intelligence we have, us, instead of using the math? I literally get up every day, and I'm very happy that I'm alive. I enjoy being me. I don't want to be somebody else. I don't want to be, sure, I want to win the lottery, but I don't want to be a computer. I don't want to swap with an animal or anything like that. I really enjoy being Scott, the human being. Scott, the human being. Scott, the human being. Scott. You see how that's a circular logic? I'm a human being, Scott. Yeah. This is just cigars, folks. I mean, props. You should totally schedule a live chat on April 1st. It's just an AI chat bot. Pure controversy for an April Fool's joke. If I were to do an April Fool's joke like that, I would just literally read everything that AI told me to read and do it that way. I studied illustration in college. The industry died with a big presence a while back. I was always adapting, making us stronger in the first year of Gen X or last year. Boomer, 1965. Yes, I was not born anywhere near 1965. I'm not a boomer. My parents are boomers. It'd been funnier if you'd have put comma or last year, boomer. That would have been funny. That would have been good. But I mean, they do it just to get a rise, and it's so funny. Like you're insulting yourself when you incorrectly call someone a name, and it's just silly. I will follow your logic there, Scotty, because I studied drafting in high school, which was before CAD really was a thing. And CAD is really cool. But I'll tell you what, almost everything I've ever done, I drew first and then CAD'd it afterwards. This studio, I drew it on paper. I have the paper. The house that I live in, I drew that on paper before I did anything. The Adirondack chairs that are out there, I drew that before I did anything. And I didn't even CAD those. All these van conversions, everything that I've done, I drew them. That's how I operate. Sometimes I do draw them on my phones. But I don't draw them in a CAD program. I literally take the iPad pencil and drop it on the floor and then never see it again. That's what happens. Found it. Probably never work again, but yeah, that is that. Is that shirt blue? And you're filming in a full spectrum Komodo. Ooh, with sunlight, lots of UV radiation. Only AI will know, or will it? I've been called a bot more times than I can count, Troop. To be honest, there were a lot of reasons to justify that characterization. I mean, it's if you use an insult to stop a conversation, you simply stop the conversation. It's that simple. Maybe I'm just a boomer, and that's how I used to think. But back in my day, we used to have conversations with our fisticuffs. Yeah. I do that pretty good. Maybe I'm a closet boomer. 13 pounds. 13 pounds I'm down. A nice, healthy 13 pounds. Been doing this for, I think, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. 13 pounds, not bad. I feel better too. I look a little thinner, a little bit thinner. That's my question as well. Ollie says, Scott, you don't look a day over 49. Boomer. Particle. Scott is clearly I am not a millennial. What am I? Gen X? I think that's what I am. I forget. I don't know. I don't follow. It's just a name. And it's used positively or derogatively, and I don't care. I was born when I was born. What's that? But back in my day, we used to you have to play with a rock if you wanted to have some fun. It wasn't even a good rock. It was a cheap rock. We got to find the spice, guys. Oh, I know the spice. It's the compressed raw patent. You controls the patent, controls the universe. Yes. Vibrate me to a frequency to where I can go through walls. I'm down to teleport. I do enjoy that theory that it was all about vibrations, how they moved the pyramids or moved the rocks to the pyramids. That was an interesting thought, and there is some logic to that. And there is a frequency, Pat, that they could throw at you and you would turn to jello. Like on Airplane, the movie. Exclamation point. If we find the spice, we can buy red back from Nikon. Maybe we don't want to do that. Maybe Nikon is going to do some really cool things. We just need to know. Actually, the best approach to making a human-like AI is to try to replicate human logic and interference to the point where processing of external information without any reference can lead to learning and eventually natural language. Okay, I'm going to do something really stupid. I'm going to give out my film idea because I happen to know that it's been sitting in my brain and then on paper for 15 years now. So don't run with it. But if you ever see somebody with it after this point, you'll know where it came from. And I may or may not sue. I don't know. But, and it's similar in a lot of movies. People go, "There's just like this one." Not exactly. So, model the human brain. Just study the brain, study the brain, study the brain. Model the brain. Now you can make a working copy of a brain. Cool. Now, drain a brain. Hook up and collect someone's existence in a brain, like AI is planning to do if we all integrate. Cool. If I have your brain, I have a copy of your brain. Now I can know what you're going to do next, as long as that copy is recent. So, film idea, we get to that point and have a little device. We'll call it a remote control. No, we have a little device and we go by and we scan someone's brain. We get all the parts that we need, download it to our virtual brain model that we run on our little laptop, and we generate your next password. And then all we have to do is go in and hack your bank. Not your money, just your bank, to tell you that your password has expired. And now you need to change your password. You change your password, we've modeled what it'll be, now we have your password. Now we drain your bank account. It's a big heist. That was the movie idea. Maybe it's dumb, maybe it's cool, but it was a virtual model of a brain. I did actually present it to someone in the industry. It was kind of interesting. But that's the premise of the movie. It's a giant heist, but there's more story to it because it's the human interaction that allows it to be real. But yeah, there we go. Illustration didn't die, Scotty. It just became more competitive. Yep, I can speak from experience because I was an illustrator for 10 years commercially. Movie posters, et cetera, et cetera. Can you draw? Can you draw? I need someone to draw Rex with a prop hanging out of his mouth. That's what I need. And I have this one is where the basis of of it. That one, or you can do that one. And I thought about just using an AI to convert it to line drawing, but I think it'd be cooler because I like the idea of this is not a prop and it's just a picture of Rex with a prop on his mouth, and that's the T-shirt. I think that'd be cool. Let me know if anybody wants to take up that art challenge. I can give you something. I don't know, something of value to make it worthwhile, because I mean, I don't have any money. Something. I'm an old art school director. Oh, that's cool. I too drew it rough first and then went on the apple. The younger artists love getting my roughs for work. I loved drawing back then. Man, when I was a kid, all I would draw, I remember I had like a spiral notebook in like elementary school, and I had learned how to draw perspective. And so I would build these giant perspective cities, just constantly drawing in the background, just using my ruler from the single point, just I just loved it. I need to proof my posts. Well, I don't spell very well. How's your carnivore diet? It's not carnivore, it's keto. And doing very well, 13 pounds, I said that. Hello, Clayton Burns. It's good to see you. How are you, my friend? Thank you for supporting the channel for a long time. You are one of you are our oldest producer level, or associate producer. Associate producer, yes. Thank you, Clayton, for your continued assistance with the what was that click of the channel, and hope you're doing well. How's the world up there in your land of wonder? And anyway, that's an abridged approach to a rather complex problem. Perhaps I could join you on another live stream. We talk about AI. Yes, we could talk AI deeply. So I agree with you. The academia, however, doesn't want to use the human-like modeling. Yeah, well, that's because they want to go beyond. Because if you build a human, then all you've done is built a human. Unless you want to rob a bank. Great Walter Brennan. Walter Brennan. I literally read that. For someone who's not a boomer, right? Have y'all ever wondered why roosters always crow the Odd Couple intro? Gen X starts from 1965. Okay, well, I'm definitely in the middle of Gen X. I'm waiting for someone. Okay, Xer. Film idea. Let's go. We'll see. We'll see if anybody liked it. That's the direction my research was headed back then, but I couldn't get any decent work done with the supercomputers we had access to. Interesting. Cool idea, Scott. I loved heist movies done. Aha! Someone actually does like it. Yeah, I could smash that out of the park. Nice. Let's do it. Let's do it. Interesting. Didn't know you worked in the field. Yeah, he did. He is really, see, he keeps moving. He has offered several times to come on, and it's not for lack of me wanting him on, because Gregory is a excellent friend, a long-time executive producer, full producer of the channel, a supporter. It has been for a long time. Also, the giver of gifts. He gives these memberships away, and it's very nice. Gregor, we should all applaud him as much as Rex does. See, Rex is like, hey, how's it going? Hi. But yeah, he's wanted to be on, and I want him to be on, and I keep honestly forgetting. And I literally, the idea of what for AI was this morning when I typed in the incorrect date and the chat. It's probably why there's fewer people on today, because they're like, oh, it's a replay. But we will have you on, Greg. We will. At what scope do you model it? Cell chemistry. We don't need to model the cells if we can model the behavior. So we really don't need the entire brain. What we need is the creativity portion of the brain and enough bits of information that generate your password. Like, if I was so dumb, and don't try, and I set my password to Rex1 with capital R, because they now make you having a number. No, that's a great line. Rex1, okay? So all I need is enough information about your brain to know that you name it after your pet, and if your current password, well, we don't know, or we may know. We probably don't know, although we couldn't we? I guess we could just get your memory with your password in it. But what if you don't know your password because you store everything on your device and it's encrypted, we can't get it, but we can have you generate the new password. We just need to know that you're the type of person that's going to use your pet's name. You're going to use a one. Yes, this is like 1970s password theory. There was a deep level conversation, and then I always take these conversations to my brother, who is astrophysicist, astronomer. I don't know. He's a physics guy with a field in astronomy, and so I always like to pose him the questions like, if you get in your spaceship and you travel away from planet Earth at twice the speed of light and you turn on your FM radio, will everything play backwards? Oh boy, the arguments we have. They came up with sparse data representation. You can't type it all here, though. That's true. Awesome. You and Greg, the best of us. And then Gregory comes out with 5 more members. Oh, man, I did not say that for you to do that, Gregory. But those of you who got gifted, do use those wonderful gifts. Who got Tyler Stewart? Wow. Cliff Flicks, Ryan Green, Andrew R. Oh, I know who that Andrew R is. That's funny. La Caraja was just gifted. Very nice. Thank you again, Greg. You're very kind, sir, and very generous, and we all appreciate you. I learned that I could view that on YouTube, but it won't show up here, which is weird. Thank you for reminding me. That's not what I did. We were just talking about that the other day. LOL. And I just did, for you membership people, I just put up a BTS video of Puppet behind the scenes. Just what it takes to do the puppet, the Rabbit. It's a 2-person job, and so you can see how my wife and I made Rabbit go. Let's hope some of the folks make use of their subscription and become regulars. Dirk says, indeed worth it. Excellent. Thank you, Dirk. I have an idea where you are recruiting a programmer to the team, realize his password storing mechanism is too hard, and then just kidnap him, forcing him to do what you need instead. That sounds like a Today movie. Mine's taking place in the future. I look forward to seeing you guys every week. Still trying to learn and cognition. Did I thank you? I should thank you. Thank you for being a channel member. We have so many lovely channel members. Still trying to learn about videography and do the thing you guys have we have not mastered. We are always, and I will tell you, I am so far from a master, but we're always honing our craft and learning new things every day. And it's a pursuit of excellence, as it would be phrased. I sent my Hollywood buddy a movie concept. Never heard back. I asked if he ever saw it. He replied to all my questions except that one. Gotta go around him. Yeah. Well, that's the thing. They never want to cold receive anything because it gives you a way to sue. Now, it's funny, though. I mean, how hard would it be now for me to go and sue YouTube to get the IP addresses and users of everyone who watched, and Facebook and all the others, and tie it back to Kevin Bacon? It's 6 degrees of separation from Kevin Bacon. It always is. Let's see here. Who doesn't love bacon? Actually, you need to model copy every bit of the brain if you want to even come close to predicting that person's behavior. I disagree. for a lot of different reasons. Hello, Oakley. How are you? Hey, look, it's Oakley's weenie. Get out of the picture. It's weenies on the shot. Move. Oakley's a moron. We will be babysitting Oakley, and Rex is now sad. Hi, Oakley. Please don't put your... Hi, Oakley. God. All right, fine. Here you go. There's Oakley's a moron. He's a special dog, I'll tell you that. Rex is like, oh, great. Let's see here. Let's see if we can fit all the aminals in. Where will we go? Where will we go? Where will we go? Rex is just sitting over on the one spot. Yeah, you can refill that. That'll be great. You're, what? Oh, at least it wasn't his weenie. But, and that's the big but, you need to provide it with a similar, if not same as the sequence in order to produce something as close as the same password. Now, Gregory, here's why I say no. Because I can, in person, verbally, hold on, my wife will be able to interject here with a thumbs up or thumbs down in front of the camera if she agrees or disagrees. Context is everything. And I can extrapolate intent, purpose, etc. of a question that is posed after a conversation has already had. So a new question comes up, and I already know why they're asking. I already know the context and everything. So thumbs up or thumbs down in front of the camera. You walk in there, put it. Yeah. She started laughing when I said it. It's literally how my kids. It was so. I wouldn't say easy. It's easy for me because I always call it my DVR. You got it? You good?
Yeah, I just couldn't get the positive little connector off. Is that wrong?
What?
It's like attached in two spots. So I was able to undo one spot, but the other,
You have to take that thing off. It has to come off the bowl. So you can take the battery out and then work on getting that out. And you might pull that connector off, but soak it with a little WD-40 and dry it. Yep. Because we need that piece. So yeah, I was easily able to determine why my kids, why my wife, why everyone that I know would ask a next question and why. And I could steer my answer to them and know. And in the case of my wife, this is not saying anything about her intelligence because she's actually smarter than I am. But I can predict what she's going to say before she says it. And I'm not just talking about, can you make me some toast? No, it is literally, I know the things that she will say because I've modeled her in my brain enough. And I say that because of, that's what I'm saying, you only need parts to elicit a response, to generate with a high degree of probability and accuracy, and to be able to rate the accuracy of what it's going to be. So a person that has, these tendencies are most likely to use this type of password, that kind of thing. You can definitely use far less of the brain. Okay, look at that. They both sat just where they're both going to be a problem. Just dogs, I tell you what. One interesting thing is, if you assemble all the parts, you may still not get the majesty of the whole. This is true. It is true. You think humans are somehow emergent and greater than the sum of our parts. we are greater than the sum of our parts in my belief. Not as a it's just the way that I summarize humans. Uh, we can be modeled, but I don't believe we can be modeled precisely, which is why if you think about your passwords, everybody's passwords, although they may be super complex, unless they were generated randomly, they're based upon something. It's, yeah. And you can tell more about a person too if it's randomly generated. You could also inject a random. But that's an easier hack, isn't it? The whole thing is probably easier if you just hack the computer, but you know. Well, interesting, yeah. Think of what goes into your mind when you try to log into your bank and it tells you need to update your password. I'm usually yelling. So now I'm mad. Even though you thought it was due a month later. Oh, I know. Now, I'm not going to tell you what I do or how I do it. Rex 1. No. I've never, ever in my life used a pet as... I go so far because literally this script was written like 15 years ago. It was when VMware first came out. It was more than that, actually. VMware, the virtual machine, kind of thing. I don't even answer the questions like, what was your favorite teacher's name or anything like that. I don't answer them correctly, but I have a way to answer them that I will always know the answer, but no one else will. It's kind of funny. So good luck gathering all that social engineering on me. And then we won't go into my information security background and all of that and, yeah, all that fun stuff. Yep, what Scott is saying about context agrees with you. We are more than the sum of our parts. And here comes the plot twist. What if a key is stuck on the OG's brain keyboard, which they accidentally produce a double or did triple key press? I keep putting this joke out there. I don't think, or it's one of two ways. I don't think people get it, or they get it and it's just not funny. It's entirely possible because I have been known to have some real stinkers of jokes. But I have put out there for at least 15 years, just my little whimsical statements out there, is like whenever I type in my password, I always put it at least 3 backspaces. That would wreak havoc to the cyber thieves' plan. It would. I can know what my wife will say also. We do learn this about people. What is interesting, my wife, who's far more intelligent than I am, cannot ever accept when I'm asking for toast. I mean, she has like a 0.05% chance of guessing what I am saying based upon my context or anything like that. Deductive reasoning does not work on my brain with her. It might work with others who are tuned in more differently to that. So that's definitely not a knock against my wife, but it is funny because we laugh about it because she'll say something. She'll try to finish my sentence, and I'm like, no, you can't finish that sentence. You don't know what I'm talking about. But I can finish yours. I can finish the girls. It's fun. It's fun. I just like that. We did ask, but he hasn't responded. And depending on how he'll probably respond later on tonight. But I had not heard of that I'm aware of. No. What about having to repeat the password for confirmation? It would be wrong if fat fingered and oh, see, ooh, see that right there. That already tells you that my brain model is working, and I put that in all the designers' websites for. Yeah, I think that's what Scott did earlier. I don't know what I did earlier. Context, Super B! For you to predict people around you requires time to know and understand what they're going to say. Scanning a portion of the brain won't give you a full picture of that person. Yes and no. Um, let me let me first say I'm not a superhero. I'm not special. I'm not anything magical. What I have is a perception of people physically. If I talk to you in person, in 5 seconds, I have a pretty good idea who you are. In 30 seconds, I have a really good idea who you are just by how you talk, the things you say, how you say them, your body language, et cetera, et cetera. It's just it's body language reading kind of thing. It's something I can do. Yeah, I'm not perfect at it, but pretty good. So you talk about you need time to know and understand what they're going to say. Yes, it is true. But that level of understanding is totally dependent on the 5 seconds, the 30 seconds, and then you can determine from that point how much time you need to model. Or, you know, for instance, and this is, I mean, I have the long script here. There's iterations in there of that. It's where it's recording your brain for a period of time. You have the remote next to you, and you know if you're sitting next to someone for 30 minutes while they're eating, then you get a different picture, a more accurate picture. You get more than just password requests, that kind of thing. But I think if you were to hook up somebody, and I would love for someone to scientifically do this, and this is probably the one thing they won't do, but as you start mapping the brain out, map where passwords come from and map it on 100 different people. And I would bet you that you will find commonality in all of them for much of the password, and then commonality to the rest of it. And I would say an 80% chance, or 80% of your model could be mapped to the same locations. That is how I think the brains work. I don't know. I'm not a biologist, but I play one on TV. I also play an old guy. My wife says no, and I still have skill with reading minds. It's a trend. It is time spent with her for sure. I developed it with her fairly early on, and I did not do it very well at the beginning, but I know it now, and it's fun. But it's also easy to do with your kids, I believe, if you are thinking that way, because you literally know your child from every moment, kind of thing. But I've done it with other people. It's funny. It happened to me last week. I just tried to use my password on my phone and realized it was a stuck key. That's funny. Usually it'll pop up and say there's a stuck key. Feel free, cognition. What I can tell people is from my IT days, develop a formula, very complex, for how you will address everything when it comes to security. Use your formula whenever prompted with that. And I'm not talking about coding on your keyboard. Remap the T to Y. I take the physical keycaps and I move them around. No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about everything. For instance, you could remap colors to numbers, or you could remap, things that you can remember, colors to music, that kind of thing. Then, when things come around, you can move things around as you need to. And without your answer key, which I will promptly remove with my brain model scanner and my remote control, we get it all. No will be the response. Have you asked for toast? I don't know why toast is the answer. LOL, that's funny. Actually, there's a nearly foolproof and easy to memorize way to create random segments on a password for every different website service. Yes. And now it's not going to look like I get credit for it. But again, if you create your formula, you can follow the formula, which if you are, a solid relationship with your spouse, for instance, I have zero trust issues with my spouse. She is everything to me, and she knows my formula. So if I were to pass, she would be able to get into everything. And it's complex, but it's not. But now I'm interested in Gregory's answer on this. What's your method? Is it typable here? Oh, I suck at reading other people. I can't even read the room. It's definitely a personal trait. I see it in people. To me, my belief is OCD is probably my strongest. I'm not hyper OCD, but I'm definitely OCD. But OCD tends to fall into like ADD, ADHD. Those three things I for sure have. I believe the OCD controls that portion of my ability to do that ability in air quotes. Again, I'm not Superman. I'm just saying it's a gift that I have, or a honed trait. And the way I state it, it's funny, is like my DVR. It is patterns. I try to find the pattern in everything. I'm still working on pi. I'm going to get there. No, I mean, you can find a pattern in everything. You can find a pattern. People that are right-handed versus left-handed, how they go and they grab something, how they eat, what things they eat first, that kind of stuff. It's all a pattern. And so I write a guide in my brain to every person that I meet in person. I can't remember their name. I can't seem to put that on the guide. But I know their face, and it's all through facial recognition. It's my Microsoft Hello or whatever that it's called. But that guide is a pattern, not, well, I guess it is a simulator, but it's a recording of the people. So I know if you're coming over for dinner, what types of food, obviously anybody can know that you like, how to serve it, when to serve it, what best way is comfortable for you, where you like to sit, all those kinds of things. All those things really are part of it. But that's me, an OCD, trying to everything fit logically in a building block. And I think patterns is data compression in the brain. That's kind of what I think. OCD is about compressing things that we need to remember but don't care about so much. Wrong way to phrase it, but yeah, I don't know. Man, I can't wait. We're about 20 minutes from finding out what Ollie thinks of the Raptor or the Komodo X. But things like your grandfather's middle name and answer philosophy, but always know that as the answer to a question. Yeah, but what if your formula allows that answer to be different every time? But in other words, if someone were to hack into credit card company and obtain all of the information on me, they're going to want to sell that on the black market, and someone's going to want to use that. It would be usable on that platform only, right up until I change it. It would be of zero, and I mean zero use to any other platform, because none of the information there would translate to anything else. But people who use Rex 1 with an exclamation point, they can use it everywhere. I mean, things like your username. You know, there's in the Windows world, you would have, it was one of the designs that I would constantly use in all these giant enterprise configs that I would architect, is you have an empty root domain. Sits up here and nobody has access, but it has all the access to below. And you can't change and hack and gain elevated anything here beyond here, which means you can't change any of this and prevent this from taking it back. And oh boy, has it worked. Yeah, oh boy. Man, one day I'll be able to tell some stories. Oh boy. Are all cinematographers XIT guys? I think there's a lot of overlap that happens. I was always a cinematographer, but I couldn't afford to be, so I had to be an IT guy. Scotty V, we already know that's hilarious. Well, I mean, it's a good answer. Was working at Cinnabon before I got handpicked by the top brass to become a cinematographer. See what you did there. Hello, Eric. How are you, my brother? I am doing well on my live stream and hope you're doing well. You must be enjoying life at home, listening to a little Scotty nonsense. Cognition says, smiles. The easiest I can think of to describe here is to memorize a formula. See, look at these dogs. We're going back to Rex. This is not fair. Yeah, there we go. Did you have a bad dream, bud? You're all right. I heard him growl. Yeah, they split, so they couldn't be seen. Where you use some personal constants, use the site service as variables and generate parts of it. That is a great way, and it's definitely the way that I explain it to laymen in the world of IT, how to protect themselves. That is a base level method, and absolutely that is a surefire way, and everyone should, at the bare minimum, do that. Yeah. Also, another great thing, if you have a website, you have a domain name, then just get your domain name from someplace that'll let you have unlimited email aliases, and everything you sign up for, give it an alias. And you can use your formula in creating that alias, but now you can track where things came from. For instance, if you like props, maybe you create props props at prop or see props dash prop warehouse at yourdomainname.com is the email alias that you use, and only for logging into that one site. All of a sudden, if I see spam on that one alias, I know where it came from. I can simply go there, choose what to do with my account, but I can delete my alias and all spam is gone. Bingo, nice. I like how you worked in facts about the site, so the variable changes. Yes, yes, that is a very easy way to do it. Sites, context, a number system, some randomly generated characters, some personal that has been translated. All of these things make excellent formulas. But that's only half the equation. This is correct. This is correct. And like Scott just said, that means whoever gains access to that password will only be able to use it for a specific site for a specific period of time. Right. Hey, Eric, I emailed you, but I guess you will see it next week. No rush. You can also email Jason Gregory. I did talk to him about it, but yeah, he will definitely look at it later. I do that too. I have spam at my domain name for every. Yes, exactly. Yes, it's genius. And honestly, you already pay for stuff. It's why I won't use like Squarespace. This is brought to you by Squarespace. No, I won't use like a sticky web solution like that because you can't get your data out. And every domain that you get, you have to pay for a new site from them. Get a virtual machine. It's not that hard. Most of them have a beautiful control panel. I can have hundreds of thousands of domains. I can have hundreds of thousands of websites. It costs me less than Squarespace does a month. And I can do it all. Do it all, do it all, do it all. I see Tyler Edwards out there. Hey, Tyler, you on the Instagrams? If you sign on YouTube, I think you got a free membership, courtesy of Gregory. Did anybody say anything on the? Well, this has been Scott's and Greg's and Cognition's and Scotty V's IT Tech Tips for the day. Oh man, so many stories too. But AI, I mean, it's been an interesting conversation because all of this matters to AI. All of it matters to filmmaking. It really does. To tie it all back to filmmaking, because people are joining in going, what? What does that have to do with film? We're talking about AI. Talking about AI and my movie. I use subdomains. Yeah, I did that for a while. I did do that. It started to become a bit of a pain in the rear because the number of things that you end up signing up for, whew. I figure the aliases are super easy. And it's funny too, because I have multiple email accounts that have hundreds, sometimes thousands of aliases to each of them, depending on who I am. Who I am? What do you mean? Yep. But basically, I mean, the way I would tell you to protect yourself is anything with any permissions, anything elevated, never gets used. Empty root domain. It's a Microsoft thing. It was. Well, it's not really. It's a network hierarchy. Microsoft basically stole it, like everything else. But yeah, you can keep everything here and use everything here. is funny because I like people were we're talking about the Nikon thing and all of that. I mean, the stories that I could tell that I probably can't on legal stuff that I've been a part of, and I have been in most of the corporations. I have been the keys to the kingdom guy. So I would be one of the guys that had access to everything, but I had no access to anything because that's not the account I used. But yeah, that was the fun thing. Even so far in the financial world, there are database passwords that are out there, and properly, no one person should have all of that information. But I was always part of that information. In other words, you have X number of people with X number of parts of a password with X number of redundancies below. And that's how you protect your enterprise. Because the finance world, well, you do not want to be hacked in that. Boy. Let's see here. Actually, I have plateaued to the number of sites I've signed up to. I hear you there. Anyone like the Sirius Atlas? Gregory has some information on those. Sirius Atlas, huh? Yes, Atlas, but Sirius. I think he has information on Surrey. Sirius? What did I say? Sirius Atlas. Surrey. Gregory likes to dabbles in the. Yay. Whoa. Look at you. Look at you. Yeah. Look, whoa. All right. Frank, I love you, buddy. Frank just ordered, probably violating something. Frank likes Scotty B. Goods, salt and pepper. Let's just say that. Thank you, Frank. I appreciate you. Very cool. Very cool. All right. If anybody's looking for salt and pepper, yes, they collaborated, I guess. NAB predictions. Yelp. You're going to see. You're going to see. I am dribbling still on the thing. Sorry, Frank. I didn't mean to out you. That was potentially a privacy violation, but I feel like I know Frank enough. Hello, Frank. That he wouldn't mind. but thank you, Frank. We'll get that in the. It'll be Saturday. It'll go out Saturday. And good job getting the big ones. Good stuffs. Yeah, NAB predictions. I literally just had to back the train up a little bit because there's. It's going to be a very interesting NAB. Let's put it that way. In the process of doing something with a certain German anamorphic manufacturer. So that's news to me. So gotta get my spice. No, I don't care. But I do, Frank. And I after I said it, I was like, just saw that was gorgeous cinematography and very interesting storytelling. Quite chilling. I just saw, yeah, that is a. I guess that one got bumped from you, Cognition. I told that story, didn't I, about Well, I was at Brandon Washington's event, and somebody was asking, "Hey, was it that movie, The Killer Shot, on the Super 35V Raptor?" I said, "I don't think it was, but let me find out." And I asked a friend, and the friend asked the director himself, and I was able to show. I was like, he says no, but it was cropped in post a little bit for stabilization. Why? Because they were literally live right there. It was kind of funny. It's I liked the visuals of the movie. I felt the movie was way too slow. I love that man to death, and all of my reviews seem to go straight to him. I always summarize them, and they always get told to him. So my dreams of having him on here are probably smashed. I don't know. I would love to. I'd love to get to the point where I can start bringing people on. I feel like y'all tell me. There's 32 of you out there. I would like to see 32 approved or not approved. Just say approved or not approved. 32 answers out there of if everything is stable now, resolution, audio, everything, that I can bring guests on and not fear embarrassment. Speaking of cinematography, Roadhouse, I'm sorry, that movie was bad. That movie was so bad. I don't believe Roadhouse, the original, was the cinema masterpiece, but it actually was beautifully shot, especially back then. But the story, everything about this Roadhouse was bad. Everything. I was bothered by it in the first few minutes. It was like, this feels wrong. And the antagonist, I had to look up who he was and all of that. I don't know who he is, like in real life, his personality or anything, but he either is that way and just simply played himself, or was told to play that, or is an excellent actor, even though I think it was his first time, but was playing a horribly written character. I mean, he bothered me to no end, because no one who is that capable of strength would be that callous with everything else, or that uncaring. Yeah. Now, I will say, Ip Man, excellent. Ip Man is that type of person who was strong, but also wise. We got some approvals. I've got no unapproved. I don't have 32, but so far we have a quorum. Frank says, I don't know what he did. Probably just saw it. Ip Man is good. Now, I'm trying to figure out what the deal is. Ip Man 3. Why can't I watch it with English subs or English? I can't watch closed captioning or dubs that way, because I just sit there and I read the words and I miss the movie. And I love the visuals. Ip Man is clearly like Matrixy with pulling people on wires and all that. But I love the simplicity of the stories, but they're nicely shot. They look nice. Great story, great heart, and also that guy in the first Ip Man, the one who would come up and goes, I will fight you. I must fight you. He reminds me so much of someone, and I'm trying to remember who it is. What bothered me more than the cinematography was that I was as fit if that did the pandemic happen. Oh wow, Gregory, that dude is jacked. I'll give you that. I mean, I wish I looked that good without anything on when he's walking away. Roadhouse writing was horrendous. Visuals were nice though. I had problems with the visuals because of the way that they used not AI, but CG or yeah, it was a lot of things. I don't see Roadhouse, the new one on Amazon. Scott can bench 450. I cannot. I cannot. Gregory probably can. I do know the leg presses where you put both legs in the machine and you press the. I'm not a fitness person. When I was in high school, I did a leg press, or yeah, I was senior year. I did a leg press, and I did 1,000 pounds. I was really, really impressed. I don't think I could do 1,000 a day, but I was pretty fit then. Well, I was pretty thin too, so I guess it. Some more approvals coming in. Yep. Gonna have to use AI for that. Just kidding. Approval. Yep. Okay, cool. It man's martial arts prowess was so believable, though. Yes, I enjoyed the way all of it was done. I liked that kind of fighting. I also liked what is Jackie Chan's drunken what do they call it? Drunken karate or whatever. I also like Jackie Chan's. It's kind of funny. It's like the way he does it, kind of funny. I've always liked Jackie Chan. I always think he's funny. I was never a Bruce Lee fan, which is funny because the real Ip Man taught Bruce Lee. That's kind of a weird one in there, but I like they're super fast. And Donnie Yen, excellent, really good martial artist. Loving Shogun. I have not watched Shogun yet, but when everybody was talking about Shogun, I'm like, Shogun, like the old one. My parents absolutely loved Shogun, the original one, when it came out in like the 80s. I think it was the 80s. Whenever that was. Yeah, I think they still have VHS copies of it that they recorded when it was on. They loved it so much. I will watch Shogun. Wife and I did finish Lost. We went through all 6 seasons, and it was fun. It was fun to watch again. It also really returns you back to how much you dislike flashbacks and flash forwards and flash sideways and all that stuff. Whew. But Terminal List still one of my favorites of the last couple of years. Terminal List is fantastic. I love the writing. The way I talk about the writing is very Fincher-esque, which is you see the show, and there's a beautiful rug on the floor, and you're following that rug. You really like that rug. Then they rip the rug out from under you. Yeah, that's a plot twist. But then they hang the rug on the wall, and then you start to enjoy the rug on the wall, and you start to believe that rug on the wall. And then the rug is now something else. They rip it off the wall, and they put it back on the ground in a different location, in a different place. That's the kind of writing that I like, where you think you're following it, and they hook you in, and then they pull one over here. Now you've adapted what you think, and then they bring it back over here, and you're like, oh, it's going to go back to where I originally. No, they're moving it again. That's what I like about the Terminal List, and the use of flashbacks in Terminal List. I don't mind. It's a little chaotic at times, but it fits so well, and I like it. 11 months ago, the Sirius Atlas lenses were announced. I've been watching spaghetti westerns. Those are good. Loving that while mixing in some Kurosawa stuff. Nice. Uh, you would love David Mamet's movies. Who that? That name is not. You know me and names. David Mamet. As soon as I see something that he's done, I'll be like, well, of course. IMDb. There we go. Let's see. Let's see if there's anything. Wag the Dog. Got it. Yep. Writer About Last Night. Interesting. The Coin. That was a short story. Marquis. Let's see. Heist. Hannibal. Yep. Got it. Yep. Like him. What price? 89. Cheapest. That fits. Wag the Dog. Dr. Katz. Oh, that's funny. Hoffa. Interesting. Hill Street Blues. I always enjoyed Hill Street Blues. Well, the reruns. The Postman Always Rings Twice? Really? Interesting. I remember my peak with a leg press as it was just 3 months after a double knee operation. I could do 330 kilograms, but I weigh 64. It was fun. How many pounds is 330 kilograms? That's close to 1,000, isn't it? I would ride my bike everywhere when I was youthful. I got to use up all the plates and bothered my personal training. Good times. The Spanish Prisoner. Interesting. House of Games. Lighting was pretty bad at times in Roadhouse. Made me wonder if they ran out of budget or a genie was out that day. It was. It was. There was. I'm probably going to rewatch it with the family. You should watch House of Games immediately. He's the twist. Okay. House of Games. Writing it down. You know, if I do a House of Games. Twist, plot, movie, spectacular. There we go. What do you think of Foundation? Okay, so Foundation. Did it ever go further, or was it canceled? We liked it. God, I'm trying to remember now. I remember it. I remember a lot of it because it had like different stories, and I don't want to give it away for anybody. But didn't it need to continue? I felt like it needed to. I mean, that's not insignificant, Gregory. I did it one time. Do you know the part number? Hold on. Stupidoo. I gotta look up. Okay. Need. Hold on. Gotta get a part number. Hold on. There we go. In stock. Let's see. Battery died. She's at the store getting a battery. Yes. SKU out of stock. What? Oh wait. Here we go. In stock. There we go. In stock. There we go. He's trying to get her to buy the more expensive battery. Isn't it funny how batteries actually seem to die like the day that they are warranted for? I kept struggling with Foundation. Kept going back to it because it is. I agree with that. I like world building, and I like that kind of world building. Being so out there, it is out there. Season 3 is being filmed now. When was season 2? Because I remember watching it well over a year ago. So if I don't remember if there were 2 seasons or one then. Always Isaac Asimov. Yes, Isaac Asimov is cool. Thankfully getting a 3rd season. Terminal List got 2 additional seasons, and there's like 14 books to pull from. Do y'all not like Terminal List? Is that not y'all's style of movie? I love Terminal List. Yeah, okay. So no one has ever said, every time I mention Terminal List, has anybody watched Terminal List and did you like it? So you could just put TL, liked it, don't like it, never saw it, or something like that. So I have context. Because I'm interested. Still instant adaptation, as they always are. I seem to need more grounding in my science fiction foundation. Is just so, yeah. It's very logical. It is logical, but definitely needs more. I love it. It's not a passive watch for me. Never saw it. It's a shoot 'em up kind of shoot 'em up. It's a military-ish kind of series. It's on Amazon. It's really good. Also, Reacher on Amazon, season 1 and season 2, both of them really good, like really good. Never seen Terminal List. I highly recommend it if you like that style of movie. Some people won't like it. Okay, Gregory liked it. Just found 2 more seasons. So it was after the 2nd episode aired, they quickly signed him to 2 more seasons because it was the most watched show in the history of Amazon. It blew away everything, and that's the funny thing. Terminal List and Reacher outperformed their Hobbit or whatever the Tolkien series, outperformed it massively, and they spent so much money on Tolkien compared to the other 2. It's amazing. Frank liked Terminal List. Okay. So there's it just never got confirmation, and I have to have confirmation in life. But I think it's amazing. We're watching it with the kids. Well, not kids, but my adult children. We're rewatching it again, which is always fun to watch. I've literally watched it like 5 times already. And this younger generation, they just won't watch it all the way through now. It's so weird. I'm just bothered why Space Force didn't get renewed. It was so up and down for me. I am interested in what was the space movie? I liked the space movie in Apple TV, where they go to Mars and all that. That one was good. And there's a new season, I think. Nowhere near Terminal List or Foundation, but Space Force was fun. Fun is a different movie. Hey, Riley Retreat. I know who you are. How are you, buddy? You doing good? Tweet, tweet, tweet. Cheep, cheep, cheep. Let's see here. Oh, hey, Pap. How are you, Schnookums? Everybody say hi to Papert. He's out there listening in the wind. Just say hi. Let's see. I have not seen Dune 2 yet. I want to go see it in the theater, which means I really need to go see it probably Sunday. I need to go rewatch Dune, the first one, because I didn't absorb it correctly. So it'll be yeah. Is that the 8-hour stream, bro? Yes, Pap. Pap has been known to stream the longest in the history of my entire channel. That was Pap. He also did the longest before that. Well, he was the record to beat before that too. Everybody tried. Pap was a legend, and I think the Diamond Brothers broke it. Ollie would have to tell us, but then he would also have to tell us about Dragon versus Komodo X. I was just going to ask your favorite part of JoJo. Don't you spoil it for me now? Everybody says it's beautiful, and I'm looking forward to it. Did you watch Constellation? I don't remember Constellation. Let me look that up. It's Constellation. Constellation thriller series. Naomi Jonathan Banks. Interesting. No, because it's new. I have not seen that. I'll have to see it. I like that kind of movie. What's up, Rex? Get those legs off under you, buddy. Okay, so I have not seen The Last Airbender on Netflix. I didn't even know it was coming back out until everybody kept talking about Last Airbender. And I was like, well, it's been out forever. I'll have to watch it. Yeah, well, it'd be weird if you had to remember because, well, you don't know, Gregory. I've seen some things. Maybe I modeled the director or the writer. It's on Apple TV. I don't have Apple TV Plus. We get it like maybe once a year. We'll subscribe and then go watch a bunch of shows and then unsubscribe. Figure it out, Apple TV. Figure it out, streamers. Lower your prices and we'll keep them. Otherwise, I'm just going to do this. Haven't seen any of the Airbenders. Googling now. Yep. What was Constellation review? Nothing is quite what it seems. What I didn't like was that the Apple TV series about the alien mushroom things or whatever they were. I did not like that at all. In fact, I disliked it visually. Seeing Dune 2 tomorrow with my pops. Going to be a good time. Excellent. You do not... XL... no. I don't think you get an option for LPF. No, it's still... Right? I don't think so. I actually have to look that up. I don't know. I've actually never shot with the Raptor XL. OLPF. I don't think so. I think it's just removable mounts. No, it has a fixed OLPF. Yep. Because it's the same sensor, and they've muxed those together. I'm going to see Godzilla. Godzilla's always interesting. I like the new ones better than the old ones, which I also liked as a kid, but I can't watch them today. I want to see the Godzilla movie, too. Oh, man. It does look fun. All right, who's got some last-minute thoughts? All those good stuffs, because you see Rex is like, did you clue in on that, bud? Did you clue in? It's almost time to wrap it up. Did you clue in? Yeah. He's such a cool dude. I like my Rex. Totally seeing Dune 2 in IMAX Chinese. That's awesome. We don't have any really good IMAX here. As me, does DCMC 2 seem like the coolest and functional cinema body today? I don't agree. It is very cool, but I mean, the new stuff is on a new level, dude. It's a lot. Blackmagic Cinema Camera, new form factor in NAB. God, I hope they release it. I hope they do. Dirk says, I think Greg covered everything already today. Good Friday to you. Well, thanks, Matt. Happy belated birthday to you, Matt. Also, yep. Oh, Matt. Yes, good to see you, Matt. I always appreciate Matt because he's also a long-time member. But that's not why I appreciate Matt. I appreciate Matt because he's Matt. IMAX Chinese Theater is a super sus area. Oh, it is. It is. But, yeah. Jumping on late. It's got random, but been following you for a while. But I'm moving my family out to Dripping Springs outside of Austin. Would love to collab with you with another Red owner. Let's get connected. I'm out here next fall. Hit me up, message me, and let's chat. Let's chat. Durkee. We'll definitely keep that in mind. Oh, yeah, it is. Red hybrid camera? No. But you'll see stuff from Red eventually appear in Nikon for sure. Super sus, as in dangerous, car break-ins, all the above. All the above. Matt Weeks. I don't know what that is. Two people standing? It's so small. According to the Blackmagic forums, they will be releasing their Komodo Killer. I can tell you it existed before. And it did not get released. But we will shall see if they do. I was trying to tell you all about it before, and it did not happen, and very, very sad. Yeah, okay, we'll look for extra secure parking. Yeah, I mean, that underground parking, park close to the doors if you can. That one that's around the corner, and then go down in that mall area. It's sketchy. Two bros holding hands. All right. Better Uber. Yeah, I mean, why not? It is definitely a weird area. And it just keeps getting weirder and weirder and weirder. Faux show. All right, everyone. Century IMAX. What's the one in up in the valley? That really nice mall. Up in I forget that theater. That was one of the nicest theaters in the LA area I went to, and I loved it. It's up in up and up. It's up in the Burbank area, but it's it's like somewhere in Burbank. The big mall that's there. Really, really nice one. Too late. I'll sure keep that in mind. Oh, there we go. I'll go to those in the future, right? Century is easy. Yeah. I usually work there. Or walk there. I also liked the Cinerama, but that's not open yet again. Have you seen a movie on Screen X yet? No. What is Screen X? What is this, and why don't I know what it is? Experience movies in Screen X. I liked the Cinemark XD. We have one, but it kind of went. I'm going to reject all your cookies. How about that? Regals. I don't think we have Regals. Do we? 270-degree panorama. Interesting. No, I have not. That's different. Yeah, we don't have any IMAX other than our History Museum or Texas Bullock Museum. And it's like traditional IMAX, but the seating is horrible. The sound is not good there. It's huge. It's like 500 seats, too. The movie continues on the left and the right side. That's wild. Oppenheimer, still your favorite. It's not my favorite 2023 release. I haven't seen it yet, but I have it. I have it to watch. I'm going to watch it. It's on the list. I haven't seen it yet. Don't ruin it for me. I did see Barbie, though. I was not impressed. Space science fiction series Beacon 23 with Lena Headley. No, there's IMAX in Texas, but King, remember, it's hours away in all directions. So there's really good IMAX in San Antonio. There's really good IMAX in Dallas and Houston. But all of those are hours and hours away. Austin does not have it. Not good. They got IMAX XXL. Somebody had posted the screenshot or the drawing of all the IMAX formats and the resolutions, and it's like, no, I don't think that's IMAX. No, I don't think so. It's unreal. Not sure how, but all the scenes feature it. We saw Dune 2 on it. Okay, well, let's see. Let me see where there's one. Theaters. Texas. Oh, Texas. Austin. Regals. There's 3. Okay. But do they have 270s? I don't think we have 270. It says sorry. Austin Screen X. Why does Cinemark list Screen X? I don't think we have any. Yeah, I don't think so. Screen X theaters near you. Why is Regal and Cinemark advertising the same thing? Or is this find a Screen X near you? I'm not in Dallas. Jeez, Starlink. Can I please change that? I hate that. Okay, now. Screen X, let's see. Nope. No Screen X in Austin. IMAX in Chicago. Why isn't NAB on LA much cooler than Vegas? Because it's always been in Vegas. Because it's not an LA thing, it's a broadcast thing. It's a Cinemark thing? Oh, well, I looked. There's none in Austin. How does Austin compare to Boulder, Colorado? Both college towns. Austin is huge compared to Boulder. Austin's over 1 million people in the area. Because the natives have complained also where to host it. Paramount lot again. Yeah, this is true too. Hey, Art, Dune 2 was impressive in IMAX. This always does great sound design. Art, San Antonio, Houston, Dallas, El Paso, all within walking distance. No. It's not within driving distance. From me, Dallas is 4 hours. San Antonio is 2.5 hours. Houston is 2.5 hours, depending on the side. El Paso is a solid 11 hours, I think, from me. Yep. Good night, Dirk. Oh, Dirk. Good night, everyone. Yep, it is definitely time to bump off of here. I got to. Rex is ready. You can see him. He's like, dude, let's go. We saw it in Silicon Valley. Oh, okay. Not sure how available it is to the rest of it. They have it in Dallas. They have it in Dallas, of course. Rex is awake, but unimpressed. Texas is about 2.5 times bigger than the United Kingdom. That is true. But as I've seen it, it would take like 4 Texases to show how large Texas is. I live in the heart of Texas, but it's not really in the middle. And it's 10 hours to El Paso for me. Gives you an idea. 10-hour drive. A 10-hour drive. Pizza time. Nope. Keto. I don't know what we're having tonight. We had steak last night. Delish. Did a sous vide. Nice. It's KX greater than Dragon 6K. Ollie. London to Scotland is 6 hours. But don't you have to take a train or a boat to get there? Going to visit Scotty Be Good. Oh, nice. Come on, Ollie. They want to know. Dragon, he's held out to the very end to find out. Dragon versus Komodo X. Look at Rex is like, hi, buddy. Hi. Are you ready? Is that what it is? Are you ready? You ready, bud? Oh, he's so ready. Okay, buddy. Going to visit Scotty Beat. Okay, I think we are going to let it be our thing. Ollie says, there is no perfect camera. I love them both. Fair enough. All right, everyone, have a fantastic and wonderful weekend. Eat something delicious. Enjoy something. Go see Dune 2. I know I'm going to try. All the wonderful things. Thank you all, channel members, for continuously helping and saving this channel. Use the affiliate links if you can. And as always, as I like to leave it, don't let your passions center around your life. Let your life center around your passions. All right. Bye-bye.